Hello, everybody. I got nothing right today. I hope y'all doing wonderful. I promise y'all, I'm doing great. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. I had to make sure that I locked my door. Cause y'all, I'm so serious. I have a bad habit of leaving that door unlocked all night, and typically my son is responsible. I know, like, girl, how you get a 9-year old responsible with locking the door at night? Because he typically is. By the time I get home, he likes to say goodnight and stuff. But I typically make him, lock the door. But because I always tell him like, hey, when you always try to like tell them like, hey, when um like when you go to your grandparents' house or something, you make sure the door is locked. If you ever like at home, you make sure your door's locked. You don't need to leave it open. So, but yes, so I had to go check on that and see if anything else, like all the blinds is like closed for the evening. Cause y'all, I will, I will roll over and go straight to bed. And you, doors unlocked and everything. Yeah. So, you know what? I think I'm like social media drained, but to a extent, I'm still active, listening and watching. But this whole debacle with that young lady in Alabama, I'm just drained. Like when I hear people tell me, like, "Oh my gosh, you gotta watch the press conference and you gotta do this," I'm like, "Yo, I really don't." I deal with liars on a regular basis, y'all. There's so much lying I can like intake in my life. I'm sorry. I work at a car dealership. The people I work with is notorious liars. The people that I have to deal with, like customers, are notorious liars. Like for example, like there's a salesperson. Like just throw it in out there, a salesperson that haven't worked there in like 30 years, right? And they ask for that salesperson, and then he'll come off and I say, well, the salesperson don't work here. Well, I just saw him the other day. I'm like, oh my gosh. This is like unnecessary lying that people have to, like, I don't know if they feel like if I go ahead and say something that sounds urgent, that I'm going to get through or I'm going to get what I want. And I'm like, so, me being me, I typically like to put them on hold and hang up on them. Like, you figure out that lie, yeah. Call me back. Call me back with a better lie. Definitely if I told you this person don't work here. And don't be like, oh, what happened? I just saw him yesterday. Yeah. Come call me back with a better lie. Okay? Tickle my fancy with a better lie. I don't know what's up with this, but y'all, I'm socially trending drain, and y'all, and I really wasn't one of those people that like to jump on here and post her picture or say I'm praying for you. I'm not one of those people. You won't never get that with me unless you're like close knit friends. or a family member, you ain't gonna get that from me. But y'all, let's get into this thumbnail. Cause I'm like very disgusted at this time, y'all. I'm very tremendously disgusted. All right, so AKA DeeDee, we know her as Diamond, Wine Glass and Chill, Trifling Ass House. Um, she came on here this afternoon, this evening, and or yesterday evening, talking about her son. Now I'm gonna break down this 30-second short that she did. So she basically went on there and said that she's been to the ER 3 times, and they finally diagnosed her son with Lengard, one of those little voice diseases. Okay, and then she she jumped into it. So I'm assuming that she's talking about her older son, her baby older son. Um, and said that he has to go to speech. Hell no, King Mike, you know better than that to ask me that silly ass question to do. And then she said he has to go to speech, and then I have to stop feeding him oatmeal because of the sucking. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm just like, what? I'm assuming her baby's about 4 to 5 months old now. And I'm saying, what? Who does therapy with a 6-year-old, a 6-month old? Nobody. So, Diamond, are you so you love sympathy that much that you jumble everything to around his baby so you can get sympathy? That's what it looks like. See, what disgusts me was when you did your second one talking about I'm very concerned about my children, and he had a seizure. He has a seizure. And I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm like, girl, we're not stupid. If something like that really happened to a baby that young, you know what can happen if they don't check him out. Because obviously they didn't even like do any testing after you told the people that you thought he had that. Because something can happen to his brain. Yeah. Something, just thinking about that. Something can happen to that baby's brain within those seconds that you thought he had one. Don't play stupid with us. I don't know why people like to come on here and thinking that they can say certain things, and we as normal human beings that probably had to deal with a baby that had certain um medical issues. I don't know why you think we're stupid. And you care about your baby so much, you let that baby sleep in that room that filthy. And cause yeah, you said it out your own mouth. If we don't clean up all the time, we just let it get up a little messy and then we pick up. All the germs and the bacteria. I can only imagine like if y'all had y'all carpet and what kind of dirtiness y'all got going on in that house. Diamond, I saw that you had did a video and you put your child man sitting so down. Why the fuck is he sitting so damn close to the TV? I'm trying to figure this shit out. He can't see. He don't need to sit down damn close. But I saw that he was sitting on one side so close to the TV or the computer screen watching anime, right? And he had all those damn fucking clothes on the couch. I'm trying to understand that shit right there. That shit's pissing me the F off. How the hell you got this child boy sitting, y'all? This is not for content. Y'all actually enjoy sleeping and sitting and around that filth. That is disgusting to me. Hey, but you worry about your child. I care about my child. No, you don't. Did you remember you recorded your daughter couldn't barely pick him up, walking him through the house. But neither one of y'all decided to say, "Hey, that's my baby. Let me pick him up." Your man, your child man, did not get off of that area. He seemed like the type he don't even wipe his ass, let alone you. That's the reason why he's not allowed on the couch. He's not allowed on the couch. He's not allowed on the bed. Because that tells me that that man could not turn around, watch his anime, fold up some clothes, take out the damn trash. But you worried about your kid? See, I'm gonna tell you something. There's a mother just recently got charged for drawing, allowing, what is it? She had got her daughter blood drawn 28 times, I think, in the last 5 months. They would continue to do shit like that just to build a case around you. Did you realize that? Yeah, I hope, because normally when you go to the ER, when they see you 3 times in the ER, you don't think they're writing that stuff down. They're not documenting anything. Do you not realize that they probably could have tested him for whatever he needed to be tested in that first time, but let you take him to the doctor quite often. But my thing is, they probably would told you when they called, when you went up there and they turned around and sent you home, they probably told you to contact his provider, his care provider, his doctor, but you didn't. And you give me the vibes of you hopping to doctors to get the results that you need. Just like some of these mothers that I'm talking about, Jessica, DeeDee Blanche. There's another one that basically murdered her child so she can continue to get the feel good and the praise of being a good mom. And oh my gosh, your baby's sick, your baby's this. The baby turned out was nothing wrong with her. The mother just pumped diabetes medicine in her. She just told the doctor, hey, she can't do this. She's not putting food in her mouth. That's an illness. Normal parents don't want to see our kids ill. You're 100% right. We do not want to see our kids hurt. We don't want to see them in pain. But at the end of the day, you got to start thinking, Diamond, because you're not thinking. Your house that you record is so filthy. You're going to have those CP people, CCP, CPS, I don't know what y'all call it, Department of Human Services, knocking at your door at any time. If you're going to take your kids to the hospital, make sure you don't record that nasty house. Because they're going to put two to two together. And I'm just, y'all, I was just so disgusted, y'all. You know, you know, I was watching him, right? And I had to like pause it. And I was sitting there just like watching him because there's a couple of scenes that he don't turn around to do anything. And when I say, who does this? Who don't even notice? Like, you walk through there. I'm assuming you walk through the same house as Diamond, and you don't see trash need to be taken out. You don't see your bedroom looking like that. Like, I know you walked out that bedroom to sit down on that little area to watch anime. Yeah, and I try to be so nice, y'all. I thought I was gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna leave her alone, but no. Think before you do stuff. I don't know, but we're gonna. I'm done talking about her, y'all. So I did tell y'all I was emotionally drained from that chick in Alabama, but I must say this, y'all, and I'm about to get off of here. She did it wrong. Okay. If anybody out there knows anything about acting crazy, y'all should come to me. Say, hey, Elizabeth, what would you do if you did this stunt? What would you do? Well, this is what I would do, darling. Okay. I would not go to my mama's house. Okay. If I'm watching the news and stuff, I wouldn't go to my mama's house. I would have done this two things. I would try to find the I probably will walk in traffic during the busiest time, bend over, like I'm gonna sit here and be hallucinating. I'm gonna be thirsty, or I'm gonna sit there and pretend like I'm thirsty. I'm gonna run to like maybe a yard or inch or whatever, and then I'm gonna bow down and pretend like I'm drinking water because that's what you're supposed to be. In 48 hours, you're supposed to be thirsty as hell, okay? I don't know why. You're supposed to be thirsty, dirty, and not together, okay? Or I will go to the local store and strip down naked. People have sympathy for you. Definitely, they know you missing. You should be butt ass naked somewhere walking through somebody's establishment. I don't care how y'all feel. She just did it wrong. If you're going to lie or you're going to manipulate a situation, do it right. Y'all, do it right. Don't half ass it. Don't. Y'all, when I tell y'all, and it keeps on getting worse. The story keeps on getting worse and worse and worse. And I'm like, and I'm thinking it's getting worse because people are like invested in this, right? Yeah. I don't know if y'all realize people can be very invested in certain things that makes them mad. So it don't phase me either way right now because I wasn't really invested. It's not like I did not care, but I always had like my guard up, like, oh my gosh, this don't sound right. Because first thing when that happened, it was like, oh, she saw a kid on the side of the road, and I was like, first thing automatically is, was there an Amber Alert? Instantly I just thought about that, like, is there an Amber Alert? And you know what? Be honest with you, I don't play. Like I get my heart drops. Like it drops when I hear my phone in the city I'm living in that has an Amber Alert. My heart automatically drops. And what do I typically do is call my kids, like, hey, ABC home. Hey, is ABC there? Um, because my heart really do drop. Like it naturally dropped. So when I heard that she saw a kid walking, a toddler, that could be my son. You know what I'm saying? So my heart genuinely dropped. But then I realized there wasn't no Amber Alert, and I'm like, hold up, what self-centered mother don't watch their kids? But it came out to be a lie, and at the end of the day, I don't have sympathy. But I will say this before I go. I did see today, I don't know if y'all seen the story of a 25-year-old girl passed away because of, I'm assuming, the logs. She was driving behind an 18-wheeler and the logs failed. Or I don't know exactly what happened. But Y'all are not right. Whoever that's know who y'all are with that post, everybody didn't see Final Destination, y'all. And it's not funny, but it's funny because society has a very weak or a very sick sense of humor, and they don't even realize they're doing it at the wrong time. So and I'm sitting here thinking to myself, I'm reading the post, and all I can think of is, damn, we we are some sad puppies, okay? We break down and cry when we find out somebody's lying about being kidnapped or whatever, but we laugh at trauma that somebody got killed, and then we'll sit there and say, "Hey, have you?" She didn't see Final Destination. Nobody drive behind those cars. Like, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? But be honest with you, our society, not society, but it is what it is, y'all. But I'm gonna let y'all go. Y'all are here. Thank you, King Mike, for joining in with me tonight. But and thank y'all that's watching, and the future ones that's watching. Thank y'all so much. I am on the road to, gosh, I'm doing my watch time, y'all. I don't know about like YouTube per se. Sometimes you want to do it, sometimes you don't. Um, but then you realize sometimes you can be too old for the shit that you have to deal with. So that's how I'm feeling right now. Sometimes I'm just too old to be dealing with this. I gotta find a different niche. So it's hard. It is very hard to find a different niche that you might like to want to do. But it is. I can't do like social trending topics. I really don't like those because I feel like that's a big competition. And definitely a lot of times your common sense isn't whatever look, your common sense is not what other people want. So I have to get used to that. But y'all, let me tell y'all something. I don't know if y'all watch, y'all see the channel. Hi, it's me, Neek. Neek. She basically came out one time and talked about Strong Mommy Chrissy. So she did a video talking about she had to get rid of toxic people, including her mom and her sister. Doesn't that sound like somebody I know to do? But I'm gonna tell you this. Hi, it's me, Neek. You're gonna have to realize that you're still trying to, I'm assuming, get approval from your people. Okay, you did so well that for you to even come on this good old YouTube talking about how you have to cut them off, baby girl, I was with you since you was in a shelter. And I mean, this woman, she took pride of her shelter life. When I tell you she was happy to get her own place, I'm very proud that she still have it. It's still up kept. I do. I like seeing that. But sometimes people don't owe you, they did you wrong. They don't owe you a ass kiss. They probably will never give you an ass kiss. So for you to sit here and feel like you're entitled to get an ass kiss because suddenly your family is toxic. Sometimes it's not our family, it's us. Something about us and we're toxic. We're holding grudges and we're holding um my sister is more important than me. My brothers, sometimes you gotta find your own niche in life, Neek. And YouTube might be your niche, but sometimes your family is not your niche. You have to find something that's outside of your family. You can still love them, And I'm not one of those people to tell you, girl, cut those off. I don't tell people to cut family members off. Now, I tell you to keep them distant or keep an eye on them, but never to be like so disrespectful to say, I cut my toxic mother off. Because sometimes, like I always said before with Peach Mom, we never grew up with you. We know you right now, but your mother probably knew you saw something else. So it is what it is, y'all. So I'm about to go because I am getting tired. I just wanted to talk about Trifling Diamond, aka DeeDee Jones. Hold on, her name is Blanche, um, Jr. Because y'all, and I just want to say this real quick. Diamond, go seek help. You have the syndrome really bad. I'm dead ass serious. You have a syndrome. And if you don't harm yourself for sympathy, you're going to harm one of those children. And the way that you said that he had a medical issue, and I'm assuming she said a Caesar, Caesar. I can't talk tonight, y'all. Please excuse me. He had a seizure. And it sounds like I'm trying to say Caesar, like Caesar salad, but it's seizure. Okay, either way. Um, they will had they will had test him. They wouldn't tell you to come back and keep an eye on it. They probably would automatically gave him a test, read his numbers to see if his charts was chaotic. Because you don't know what that baby's is going through. But to who are we? We're not doctors, right? I know I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But thank y'all for joining with me. I really appreciate y'all, but I have to go to bed. And I'll talk to y'all tomorrow because I know there's going to be something popping off at least soon. So, night. Bye.